to be a leader for yourself, within yourself, before you can lead anybody else. There's so much more you're meant to be doing in this world. You have so many gifts within inside you. You just have to get out of your own way first to see it. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Nia Bia TV. If you're new here, I'm Nia. If you're not new here, then welcome back to my channel. If you can tell by the title, then you already know what this video is gonna be about. It's gonna be about how we need to hold men accountable just as much as we hold women accountable. So let's just get right into it. I got my tea. So yes, it's lemon zinger with some lime juice. First off, I just want to say this isn't a men's hate rant that I'm about to go on. I love men. We as women need men just as much as they need us. Feminine and masculine energy was made to go hand in hand to help each other. It's meant to balance each other out. Like yin and yang, there's a little bit of both in each of us. It's a little bit of masculine energy and our energy is a little bit of feminine energy and y'all's energy. And I feel like when you don't know how to really use it to your advantage or use it correctly, then it clashes. We can learn a lot from each other if we just took the time to really listen, to understand, and not just react. I'm making this video because I want better for us all, and someone has to hold y'all accountable. So today it will be me. So the first thing I said is we tell girls not to do this and that because we don't want them to be looked at as sluts, tramps, whatever words you want to use. We call young girls fast and every other name in the book. Like we once weren't all curious at one point in time, like all human beings literally are. We throw names at women instead of education, and I feel like maybe if we held men to that same standard, we would be better off. I'm not saying we should throw names and shame men, but we should educate them more so they're not learning from their friends at young ages who are also very ignorant. Teaching them that their bodies matters and how to care for it correctly. We praise men for doing whatever they please, having hundreds of thousands of girlfriends. Then we condemn women like Lori Harvey when she dates on her own terms and holds men accountable when they cross her standards. She's okay with moving on to someone who is actually going to treat her right. What we really need to do is teach men that controlling their lust is the most powerful thing that they can learn how to do. Having sexual discipline shows confidence in themselves way more, and it takes away so much drama and trauma that comes with it, from STDs to multiple baby mothers to headaches to broken families. It holds you at a higher value. I just wanted to clarify, I'm not saying never do anything, but I'm just saying learn to be a little bit more picky with who you give your energy to and what energy you allow into your life, because it really does affect everything. I'm learning to not say do this or be this. I really mean practice this or be intentional about this. So if you hear me saying in a video, do this, be this, just replace that with practice this, because you will make mistakes and that's okay. But the more you practice, the more it becomes second nature. Say, for example, you want to date someone that's caring, considerate, and kind, but you're talking to someone that never asks you how your day was. They talk about themselves only, never asks you anything, consistently interrupts you. Are you still going to sleep with her just because she's beautiful? Many men will say, yeah. You say you want one thing, yet you're giving your attention and your energy to the opposite of that. You're letting a few fleeting moments make you settle when you can have exactly what you want with a little patience. Patience. We as humans want ease, we want comfort, we want things quickly. But the sooner you realize that anything good takes real work and effort to keep, the better off you'll be. You can't slack off in the gym and then expect to get better and better results. And the same in your relationships, the same with your own personal growth. It's work. That's why most people don't do it and stay stuck. They settle because they think it's easier. You get what you work for, and the peace of mind, and the joy you get as a result is worth it. Letting go of this constant battle between what you actually want and what you're settling for, and just going straight forward.
This makes things possible. It allows you to fulfill your purpose. It enhances your performance. It provides new opportunities. It promotes pure growth, and it helps you break boundaries. Practicing rewards you handsomely, whether it is a skill or a sport, whether it is your passion or your profession. Practice, you will improve, you will grow, you will advance, and all it demands for is persistence.
We need to teach more men that their worth is not determined by how much money they make or how many women they can sleep with. but by their mind, by how their actions can create major change in the world. That is what's really important. Instead of just being distracted by lust and sexual desire, we as women sit back and we're okay with it. We allow it. We laugh at it. We encourage it, and that's not right either. What's most important is teaching these men how to be real leaders and real teachers and real fathers. Like, just because you have a dad around doesn't mean that he was the best thing for you. Like, what did he really teach you? Did he really teach you, give you valuable lessons about life? About, you know what I'm saying? Did he really learn himself and go through lessons through himself and really learn? Or did he keep repeating the same mistakes too? You know, like, you need to look at that. I feel like it's so much of the blind leading the blind. And it's gonna take somebody that is really fed up to make the real change. If you look at all these successful men from Jay-Z to I don't know whoever else that you look at, the downfall of their marriages came because of their lust, not having control over it, letting their lust control them. So many men lack self-esteem. They feel like they have to sleep around for validation of feeling wanted, to feed something in them. Do you know how strong you have to be to hold yourself from that? To have the discipline to say, yeah, I could do that, but I choose not to. That's very powerful. I noticed that a lot of men are lacking in self-esteem and try to cover it up by how much money they can make, or how expensive their clothes are, or how many girls they talk to. It creates this false confidence within yourselves, and a lot of us see through it. And I realized also a lot of men enjoy pinning other women against each other. Like, it's like it boosts their ego when they see two women fighting over them or arguing over them. It makes them feel as though that they're the prize. And we as women, a lot of us feed into it, and we continue to argue over a man. But a real man wouldn't have you arguing with anybody. A real man would never have you ever feel like you're competing, like you're in a competition. So you need to question his motives, and you need to question your motives. What are you getting out of arguing with another woman? Your man made these promises to you. Your man is telling you these lies. So we need to do better at holding men accountable. It's like that's another situation of people just being distracted. We're distracted so much in so many ways, and let so many of these situations control us instead of taking control of the situation how we need to. And sometimes taking control is giving up all control. It's stop fighting. It's stop fighting it. It's stop resisting it, but surrendering to what this situation is trying to teach you, and stop avoiding it. And I feel like that's all rooted in ego. So many men I've seen gossip and talk so much more about women these days than actual women talk about other women. And it's really kind of strange to me. Like, some men don't get their way and they talk down on a woman to another man. And like, men have done this at the beginning of time, from calling women Jezebels, but then cheating on their wives with them same women, giving their body to them same women. It just makes me question, do y'all really hate women, or do you love us? Because sometimes the actions are really confusing with the things that y'all actually say. I see men expose, violate, belittle women on a daily. Like, the same things won't happen to their daughters or their sisters or their mothers. Like, we aren't the very ones that stand up for y'all in a crisis when things go down. We're the ones that stand up and we fight for y'all. Most of the times it's not other men, it's us who use our voices and use our resources to fight for y'all and help y'all when y'all are in a crisis. Your homeboys don't be the first ones to pick up to come through for you. ABS. We'll send y'all our last $20, but we're not even the ones that y'all show the most loyalty to. And if you're a man and you're watching this and this doesn't personally resonate with you, I'm pretty sure you know at least one man in your life. Like, I'm 99.9% you know at least one man who all of this like resonates with. And I'm pretty sure it's more than one man. But I hope you're surrounding yourself with people that encourage you to do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope if you look at your whole circle that at least one person, there's at least one person that you can talk to that encourages you to do something other than, you know, toxic things that's detrimental for your body, your mind, your life. Like, I hope and pray that you surround yourself with better company, because the company you keep matters. But I'm gonna get into that later on. Women are starting to know their worth, and they're not afraid to leave anymore. Confidence in us is growing, and I don't care how many times that your girlfriend or wife has accepted less than what they know that they deserve. I don't care how many times that they accepted things or brushed things under the carpet, they will not always do that. One day when you least expect it, they will leave. So don't think that don't get too comfortable. Do not think that you will always just can do whatever you want, talk to her however you want, treat her like she doesn't matter, treat her like, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing it if you want to. I promise you, one day, when she's had enough, she will be gone and there will be nothing you can do about it. If you're not ready to give that woman what she requires, leave her alone. Do not shame her. And women, do not let men shame you because they are ready. Keep your standards high because it's obtainable and you can have it. There are 7 billion people on this planet. You don't think there's somebody out there that wants the same things that you want naturally, that's going to give you the same things that you want? You'll be a fool. And I say this with love, but you'll be a fool to settle for whatever you can get or whatever little attention someone shows you when you can actually get what you want. Seriously, do not settle. Do not settle. I don't care what you do, but do not settle. You don't always have to be dating someone. You are allowed to take time to yourself and just focus on you if that's what you really want. Like, if you're not able to give this woman what she needs and wants and requires, leave her alone because you don't have to date. Like, you don't have to date her. You can date whoever you want to date. So do not shame this woman for wanting the things that she wants. You should want things for yourself too. You should have requirements that you need in your life too to be in your life. You shouldn't just be accepting to just anybody. And I feel like the more that the confidence grows in yourself and the more you learn and you know yourself, you're not just going to want just any type of energy around you. Like, that is detrimental to just have any type of energy around you. Men say they want a submissive woman, but a woman would be naturally submissive and soft to a man that knows how to lead. We as women are not about to let you lead us into a ditch. We are not. That's not, you'll never see it. That's not happening. So that's why a lot of women feel like they have to move so much in their masculine energy and be so hard and be so tough and be so loud, because we feel like y'all are not moving in y'all masculine enough and we feel like we have to play both roles. But naturally as women, we should be able to be soft. We should be, naturally as women, we want to be soft. We want to be feminine. We want that. We don't want to have to be hard. We don't get no joy out of that. We just want y'all to be a man and be a real leader. But that starts with yourself. You have to be a leader for yourself, within yourself, before you can lead anybody else. Too much of the blind leading the blind already. A lot of men have mommy and daddy issues too. And I'm not saying this to put you down, but I want you to learn something better because others have. And there are ways and there are books and there are so much more resources now than there have ever been in the past. You know, our parents and our parents' parents, they was only taught one way to do things. And they feel like they had to teach their kids that it is only one way to do things too. And now there is not only one way. There are so many new ways. There are so many new opportunities. There are so many resources to find a better, healthier way and to teach your kids a better and healthier way. So we need to take advantage of these resources that are literally at our fingertips. We have the freedom now, especially as Black men, as Black women, we have the freedom now. I know we've been conditioned to be a certain way. I know, like, in the older times, they took the fathers out of the homes, and now that has created generations of broken families and all this. But we don't have to be that way anymore. We can be the change for our future, for our kids' future, for the, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can be that. And I know it's a lot, it sounds like a lot, and we're gonna get into that too. Yes, we women are emotional, but I feel like a majority of men don't know how to deal with their emotions in a healthy way, or never seen anyone around them handle it in a healthy way that is also a man. And I feel like y'all need a safe place where y'all don't have to save everybody, where you can let off your anger. And for some, I feel like that's video games, but I encourage you to try out something different. Every now and then, maybe journaling, maybe going on walks, maybe exercising when you feel overwhelmed, and see how it makes you feel. I just encourage you to find a healthier alternative too. I'm not saying stop playing video games. I'm not saying just stop smoking, stop drinking, stop doing everything. I'm just saying find something small and like integrate that into your routine, into your daily life. Just something small. I'm not saying make these huge changes overnight. I'm just saying try something out different. Like test yourself, try something out different. Like just don't just discourage yourself right away, like, oh, that's not for me. How do you know something is not for you until you try it, and until you try it more than once? Like, how do you know? Don't just write yourself off like that. Like, it's so much more to you than just these things that you've always known. I'm not saying you have to completely change overnight and be perfect. All I'm saying is learn better ways, just 1% better every day, small changes. There's so much more than you than what meets the eye. Seek therapy, seek help in some type of way, because if not, you're going to keep producing generations of broken families, generational trauma, repeating the same lessons over and over with different people until you finally get it. Every life that you come back in, you're going to go through the same problems until you finally get it. Save yourself some time and save yourself some energy, and I encourage you to just learn to get it now. And us as women, we need to learn a better way at holding y'all accountable that's respectful, that doesn't belittle you as well. Also, y'all need to learn to stop trying to belittle us for having emotions and instead try to understand. You can either read a book about it, you can watch a video about it, because how we see the world is just important as how y'all see the world. We was both created equally. And I've noticed that a lot of men run away from their emotions when it's too much for them. A lot of men aren't taught how to love women, but instead taught how to be superior and be above them. Like we are less. Don't expect us to always be there for you if you don't hold us up to when we need it. I want y'all to leave some comments too of things that y'all feel like women need to be held accountable for too. Even if whether you're a woman or a man, I really want to hear y'all feedback. Like leave me y'all opinions too, because I feel like this is the only way we can all grow, is hearing other people's point of view. Even if you don't agree, stop trying to just agree or disagree. Just listen to like really understand. Like stop trying to always just have a comeback or a defense. Like, no, just sometimes practice just stopping and just really trying to understand, asking questions to really understand where somebody else is coming from, because you might actually end up understanding, you know? We got to do better at protecting our women and like just encouraging our women and lifting our women up, because you're nothing without a woman. Like the very reason you're here is because of women. The only way you'll be able to produce is because of women. So learn a little more gentleness with the women that's in your life. And if you really listen to them, you can learn a different way of being, because your feelings and your emotions, they do matter. And you deserve safe places to express that. Like you deserve people around you that cherish all the parts of you, not just the good, happy, providing parts, but also the down parts, also the parts of you that you're ashamed of, also the parts of you that, you know, where you need help, because those parts of you matter too, and those parts are a part of you. They should be acknowledged and they should be honored and they should be cared for just as much as the good parts of you. I'm sorry that us as women have taught y'all that men don't cry, that men don't show emotions, because it's okay. And not just when someone dies. Like it's okay to show emotions and to have feelings and to care. People always say women have so much jealousy of each other, but it's a lot of jealousy, greed, and lies, and men as well. Look at all these rappers that have been murdered. Look at Nipsey Hussle, may he rest in peace. You see what hate and jealousy can do if it goes untreated. Don't be oblivious to it. You need to be praying for discernment and for protection over these people that you have around you, about the company that you keep, because it matters. Company you keep will either make you better or corrupt your good morals if you don't have that discipline for yourself yet. It'll have you doing things that don't really align with you. No man ever did anything great by following the crowd and staying within his comfort zone. I know that even though not everyone that watches this is going to make us change or start treating their mothers and girlfriends and wives and sisters and daughters better, but as long as it sparks something in at least one soul, that's literally all I want, and that's all that matters. I want y'all to be more intentional with the life that you're living and stop letting things around you and how you was raised control you, because there's so much more out there that you can really tap into. We have so much healing to do, but trying to move through life like you don't will only have you repeating these problems in every single lifetime. In every single situation in your life, you'll just keep repeating the same problem and just be oblivious to. Being emotionless and treating other people carelessly is only creating blockages into your life and in yourself. feeling like you're in this constant need to chase. You're chasing validation. You're chasing everything outside of yourself, when everything that you really need and everything that you're really craving is inside of yourself. You just got to sit with that. You got to find it. I believe you can do it. We were created to balance each other out, to learn from each other, to grow from each other, to lift each other up. Question your motives more. What are your reasons for doing the things that you do? Would you want to be hurt the same way that you hurt others? Do shadow work. Look up shadow work questions. Start your healing now. Really deep dive into who you are and getting to know you. Getting to know yourself. Because I promise you, there's so much more than what meets the eye. There's so much more you're meant to be doing in this world. You have so many gifts within inside you. You just have to get out of your own way first to see it. Sounds like a lot to do. We were literally built for it. And it's one step at a time. Small changes, 1% better every day. That's all it takes to make real change in your life. 1% better. It's not chasing perfection. It's just chasing that 1%. What can you do today that'll make yourself 1% better? Whether it's getting up a little earlier, whether it's making your bed, whether it's drinking, a bottle of water more than you would usually do. Just something 1%, changing your perspective on something. You know what I'm saying? Like just 1% better every day is all you need to be striving for, not perfection. You got this and you're worthy. The power is really in you if you learn to use it right, and the gifts will overflow and they'll actually feel like it's earned and well deserved when you get it, because you'll see like all the work that you've put in. You'll see where you started at. You'll just understand people way more, and you'll be less judgmental because you'll understand them. Like you'll see how it felt to be down, how it felt to be discouraged and to be doubtful. You'll just understand, and you'll be able to actually relate to people and help people more. So don't be ashamed of your down moments. Don't be ashamed of where you lack in your life. Don't be ashamed of your downfalls, because it's all happened to you for a reason. Like it's all meant for a reason. It's played a part. If you didn't go through bad moments, how will you ever be able to really relate to people? If you lived a perfect life your whole life, the wins wouldn't really even matter or mean much to you, because you'll just be used to all the wins. Like you need those down moments. You need the balance of life. You need all of this. It plays a part for a reason. It's happening for a reason. It's just about your perspective and how you choose to look at it. Think about, say you worked a job, for all these years, and you just feel like you didn't really get anything from it. Now you're ready to leave and you're ready to just start your own business, and you feel like you didn't get anything from it. If you change your perspective, you'll see that you got a lot from it. You learn how to interact with people, how to talk to people. You learn, valuable skills in that job that you can use within your own business now. You learn, it's just about your perspective. It's about your perspective. You can either choose to say you wasted time, or you could say, I really needed that time to help build some skills that are going to that I could use to my advantage for my own business now. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. When I was working at a job I didn't like, and I finally just took a risk and took a chance on myself, I'm like, I needed that job. Like now I know about all these things that I know that I didn't know before. You know what I'm saying? I know how to talk to people now. I know how to talk to random people now. I'm not scared to talk to random people now. I can have conversations with clients that I just met for the first time, because I had customers that I just met for the first time that I had to learn to be kind to. I had to learn to be relatable to. So use everything you went through to your advantage. Don't let it be used against you. So yeah, y'all, that's it. Remember to leave me y'all opinions and y'all points of views as well, because it's needed. Like, I don't think I know everything. I don't think I'm always right. I can learn from you guys and you can learn from me. So I look forward to my next video. Remember, just 1% better every day. Small bricks until it adds up. Just build small until it just all adds up. I believe you can do it. And I believe you got this. So I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.